Don't do it. Don't even think about it. That's right. Do not move to Medford, Oregon unless you can handle, well, there's actually a list of things, and that's exactly what I'm going to share with you on this video right here. You see, Medford, Oregon has been a pretty popular destination for quite some time. In fact, the population here has basically doubled in the last 30 years as loads of folks have packed up their U-Hauls and decided on moving to Medford, Oregon. And there's some good reason for that. The fantastic climate, low cost of living, great healthcare, endless recreational activities, and that could go on, but that's not what this video is about. I have plenty of other videos on this channel that cover all of the reasons people are relocating to Medford, Oregon and parts of Southern Oregon beyond, okay? So go ahead and check those out. This video, however, is about some of the not so great things that you should know about if you're considering moving to Medford, Oregon. So get yourself comfortable and pay attention, because I'm going to tell you, you do not want to move to Medford, Oregon unless you can handle these things. Hey, I'm Brian Simmons. I'm a licensed real estate agent here in Southern Oregon with eXp Realty. And if there's anything I can do to help you learn, buy, or list real estate in Southern Oregon, I hope you won't hesitate to reach out. You can give me a call or a text at 541-954-7758. That's my direct number, or shoot me an email if you prefer that. You can find my email in the description of this video, or drop a comment down below and I'll reach out to you that way. And if you like what you see in this video, then click on that like button, hit the subscribe icon, and check out some of my other videos about Southern Oregon. But let's stop beating around the bush here and let's get into the good stuff, because I'm going to share the 5 things that you need to be able to handle if you're considering moving to or relocating to or even retiring to Medford, Oregon or the surrounding areas of Southern Oregon. So let's dive in. Number 1, do not move to Medford, Oregon unless you can handle a laid back, slower pace of life. That's right. People generally aren't in a big hurry around here. You might actually get stuck behind somebody out on the road, you know, on a nice little Sunday drive going 40 and a 45, just enjoying the beautiful views and scenery that Southern Oregon has to offer. That's pretty common. It's actually funny how big of a difference there is if you're driving on I-5, let's say from California, where everyone's doing 80 plus on the freeway. And then as soon as you crest over the Siskiyou Summit and you get into the Rogue Valley, the traffic rarely breaks 70. So if you're in a hurry to get things done and you're rushing till life's no fun, name that band, then you might just have to chill out a little bit and adjust to the pace here, okay? It's slower than some areas, and we kind of like it that way. So if you can't handle being laid back, relaxing, chilling out, and just enjoying the moment and the beauty of the area, then you might not love it here. Number 2, do not move to Medford, Oregon unless you can handle being politically irrelevant. And I don't know really a better way of how to describe that. It just kind of is what it is. So let me explain it, okay? When you live in a state where one city or the metro area like Portland make up just about half of the state's population, what they vote for tends to go, okay? And the main counties that make up the Portland metro area, like Washington, Multnomah, and Clackamas counties, they account for roughly 50% of the population of the state of Oregon, whereas Jackson and Josephine counties of Southern Oregon combine for about 7% of the population. So if you look at a map of the counties in Oregon that generally vote left, there really aren't that many counties, okay? The state's actually pretty red. The thing is, though, is that those counties that do vote left are the ones that contain the majority of the population. And that's why Oregon has been a stronghold for the Democratic Party since the early 1980s. And I'm not saying that's good, bad, or indifferent. I'm just letting you know that if you're living in Medford, Oregon, your vote counts just as much as anybody else, of course, but the politics in Oregon tend to be geared towards the areas with the larger populations. And that's not really that uncommon of a thing in the Western states, right? Washington has the same thing with Seattle, Idaho with Boise, Nevada with Las Vegas, Utah with Salt Lake City. You get the point, right? That all being said, the local politics of the counties and the cities tend to more accurately reflect the views of the local residents than they do at the state level. So that's something worth keeping in mind. Number 3, do not move to Medford, Oregon unless you can handle all 4 seasons of weather, potentially in the same day, okay? There are days in the spring and the fall where it'll start out freezing in the morning and it can warm up into the 80s, okay? I've seen it snow in the morning and then I've had to wear shorts and t-shirt in the afternoon. And some people love that variety and others hate it. But one thing is for absolute certain is that we do definitely experience all 4 seasons here in Southern Oregon. Winter typically has an average high in the mid 40s with average lows right around the freezing mark. Spring warms up with average highs in the 70s with average lows in the 40s. Summer experience highs, average highs in like the 90s and average lows in the upper 50s. And then fall cools back down with average highs in the 70s and average lows in the 40s again. So if you're looking for that consistent 75-degree day all year round, you are not going to find that here. Okay. If you're looking for a lot of snow, you're not going to find that here either. The mountains that surround the area have plenty of it, but the Rogue Valley doesn't really get that much snow, not really more than a few days a year. Okay. Winter does get the most precipitation like most areas, which makes for an absolutely beautiful spring that's characterized by green pastures and blooming orchards and just a really gorgeous time of year in Southern Oregon. And summer's warm, gives you a lot of great opportunities to get out and enjoy the various rivers and lakes and the Cascade Mountains. And then fall is absolutely stunning with all the changing colors of the leaves. You get, a nice month or so of bright red leaves and yellows and oranges and all sorts of pretty colors. It's really pretty. But if you're not into that type of thing and you want just a steady 75 year round, this probably isn't going to be the place for you. Number 4, do not move to Medford, Oregon unless you can handle friendly people. Now, let me explain this one because it might sound a little bit out of place. Like, who can't handle friendly people, right? Well, have you been to New York or LA or New Jersey or almost any, big city in the US? Try saying hi to somebody at a grocery store or at the gas pump next to you. It just doesn't happen. Okay. And some people love that, and I get it. They love being able to go about their business and not be bothered by small talk from people that they don't know. And if you're one of those people who can't handle it, then you might want to think twice about moving to Medford, Oregon, because I will tell you there is a very strong likelihood that you're going to be talked to at the gas pump or in line at the grocery store. And there's a 100% chance that you'll be talked to if you drive through and get a coffee at a Dutch Bros coffee stand. But people here like to be friendly and they like to make small talk. Like, hey, how's it going? That's an awesome truck, man. How do you like it? That's very common at the gas pump. Or I was thinking about buying those tires for my Jeep. How do you like them? Or, oh, that's a nice flavor of ice cream you got there. Have you tried this other one? That stuff happens all the time. And frankly, it's one of my favorite things about Southern Oregon. It makes it feel like it's still, that small town. And I've used this analogy on a number of my other videos, but if you were to break down on the side of the road, you get a flat tire, I can almost guarantee you that you're going to have a few people stop and offer you help. And so if you can't handle that type of thing, just be warned that this may not be the place for you. And that brings us to our last one, number 5. And I'm kind of sad about that because this has been a really fun video to make. But again, remember, I have a lot more that you can check out on my channel. So please feel free to browse around and check out my playlist, Living in Southern Oregon, for a bunch of different videos all about Southern Oregon, or check out the playlist Southern Oregon Real Estate Market Information if you're looking for updates on the local real estate market. But back to the last point, okay? Do not move to Medford, Oregon unless you can handle a competitive real estate market. Now, I realize that a market is always changing, and when you watch this video, the market conditions will likely be different than today when I'm recording this video. But I still feel very confident in saying this because the underlying factors that exist in Southern Oregon make our real estate market very competitive. It just is what it is, right? For example, we have a shortage of inventory, and we have had one for many years, okay? There hasn't been a lot of big national builders who've come in and just blown out massive subdivisions like you're going to see in areas like Boise, Idaho, or Las Vegas, or Reno, Nevada, or Phoenix, Arizona. We just don't have that level of building here. So the amount of homes being added to the market is less than the amount of people moving into the market, okay? And so, for example, the population is expected to grow at approximately 1% per year in Jackson County, per the Oregon population forecast, which is done by the Portland State University, okay? The population in 2022 was 226,000 people in Jackson County. So you can expect to see around 2,000 to 2,500 residents moving to Southern Oregon each year for this foreseeable future. And that should continue to grow. So with that much population growth, guess how many brand new homes were sold in Jackson County in 2022? Only 319. So the development of new homes is nowhere near enough currently to meet the demand of the people moving here, okay? And remember, that population number accounts for the people moving away. So it really is a net number, right? That could be more like 3,000 people moving here and 1,000 are moving away, and it's a net growth of 2,000. That could be the case. So the Southern real estate market is very competitive and will likely stay that way for some time. in my opinion, which can make it challenging to buy a home at times, but it also makes it great when you do become a homeowner because you'll have an asset that should appreciate nicely for the foreseeable future, okay? But again, maybe you're not into that type of thing, and if so, you may want to look elsewhere. This video was a lot of fun to put together, so I hope it was just as much fun for you to watch. I absolutely love Southern Oregon, and I've been so fortunate to help many families relocate to Medford, Oregon, and the surrounding areas like Grants Pass and Ashland and beyond. Families moving from all across the country: California, Washington, Nevada, New York, North Carolina, Florida, Alaska, Idaho, all over the place, okay? So if there's anything I can do to help you learn, buy, or list real estate here in Southern Oregon, I hope you will not hesitate to reach out. Again, I'm Brian Simmons. I'm a licensed real estate agent with eXp Realty here in Southern Oregon. So please feel free to give me a call or text on my direct number, 541-954-7758, or shoot me an email. If you prefer, you can find my email address in the description of this video. And please feel free to drop a comment down below if you have anything to say about this video, anything I missed, okay? And it is never too early, okay? I hear people say all the time that they don't want to waste my time because they're 6 months or even a year out from making a move. That's totally okay. It doesn't waste my time at all to have a conversation with you and to help you start planning. That's exactly what I'm here for, and I work totally at your pace, so you don't have to worry about me bugging you all the time with a call or text every week like, hey, are you ready to buy yet? That's not me. So please don't worry about that. Just reach out whenever you want, and let's get the conversation started so I can help you. And I thank you again for watching. And if you like this video, I'd love it if you just hit that like button, click on the subscribe icon so that you can catch my next video about Southern Oregon, in which I'm releasing new videos every single week. So have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you on the next video.